Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'll give you a wee river update at some point as well, but the river's actually receding now and it never came over the road anywhere near us, so 200 or 300 metres that way, yes. About 500 metres that way, yes. Here, nothing. Perfectly okay, it's now receding. So, why am I here? Well, as you've probably seen in the thumbnail, I'm going to make you some, or I'm going to make me some, no, not Singer, if only. I'm going to make Scottish oat cakes. Very simple. So I will run you through the ingredients list, so bear with me a second. So what you're going to need in this bowl, I have 110 grams of all-purpose flour, 230 grams of pinhead oats or fine oats if you can get them. I can't, mine are just rolled oats. I've whizzed them up in a chopper and I'm hoping they're going to be okay. If this works, yours will work. Just under 2 teaspoonfuls of salt. The reason there's just under 2 teaspoonfuls of salt is I'm using salted butter. So there's 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder and 90 grams of, well, I'm using salted butter. If you're using unsalted butter, 2 teaspoonfuls of salt. If you're using salted butter, just under 2 teaspoonfuls of salt. And 80 ml or 80 grams of tepid water. So that's your ingredients, folks. So in this bowl, we are just going to add all the dry ingredients. So in with the just under 2 teaspoonfuls of salt. Wow, the humidity here is just ridiculous. 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder. And you want to give that a mix together. You can get your hands in if you want. Now these are fantastic with cheese and a bit of tomato, or cheese and red caramelised onion, or cheese and Branson pickle even. So you give these a bit of a mix. Get yourself a wee hole in the middle there. In with the melted butter. And in with your 80 ml tepid water. And then you're just going to bring this together. It's going to form a dry, very dry sort of mixture. It's not really a dough. Now you might have to adjust your water slightly. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Okay, so get your hand in. Get all this squeezed together. Give it a good mush down, because you want to pick up everything that's in this bowl. Now you can replace that butter with olive oil if you really want, if you want to make them a little bit healthier. I quite like olive oil oat cakes. Nairns of Scotland do olive oil ones and they're fantastic. Okay, so that's formed into a bit of a dough here. It's quite dry, it won't stick to your hands. We are going to get some flour on this. So just lightly flour surface here. And this is just to stop it sticking. So you want to roll this out to whatever thickness you feel fit. Now, oat cakes come in all shapes and sizes and thicknesses. I'm going to take them down to maybe about 4 mil. Now this will break and split at the edges, but you're just going to reform this. So that's probably thick enough. So I'm using a cutter. Size wise, not too sure. That size. I'll measure it at the end and tell you. So you just want to cut out as many oat cakes as you can now. With this being oats, it doesn't cut through cleanly like it would if it was a pastry. I'm not going to bore you cutting all these out. So you get them all cut out. So you're going to get yourself a baking tray of some sort with some parchment paper on it, and then you're going to put them on this. I'll show you this in a second. Now you just want to lift these up. Give the edges a little clean. Okay, gather the rest of this up. Give it a good squeeze together, form it into a ball, form it into a bowl, form it into a ball. And then you're basically just going to roll this out. And cut again. Just give it a squish together, it'll go together no problem. There must be a machine you can get for doing this. Cut the rest out. Okay, so I've got 19 out of that. I've got a little bit left over now. It doesn't matter if these are close together because they don't expand. Now you want to get these into an oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. You don't want them to brown, you want them to stay pale. I will show you them very shortly, guys. Right, that's not going to waste. I'll get that in somehow. We'll call that 20, eh? In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in the air fryer at about 160 and for about 15 minutes and see how that turns out, and I'll let you see it. It's possible you can do these in the air fryer, so we'll try this one. Okay guys, that's my oven up to 180. I'm going to whack these in for 20 minutes. I am dripping wet making these. The humidity levels here and the temperatures are just ridiculous at the minute. So I will be back in 20 minutes, guys. Alexa, stop. Okay, so 20 minutes later. Now I've not got the greatest of oven, so these have kind of over browned a little bit. However, they will still taste fantastic. You see they've not expanded, they've not grown in any way, so you can put them really close together. I'm going to get the one out the air fryer, let them cool on this tray for about 10 minutes, and then you want to get them onto a wire cooling rack. This is the one for the air fryer, the big daddy that I made. I'm going to eat that later with a bit of cheese and butter. So these are now on a wire rack cooling, and we're just going to let them go cold. Now these will keep for a couple of weeks in an airtight container. Wrap them up in cling film, put them in an airtight container. However, these will last me maybe 4 days if you're lucky. I am absolutely gagging on an oat cake with some butter and cheese on it, so I cannot wait on these cooling down. I'll be back when they're cooled, a little bit of butter and a little bit of cheese, and I'll tell you exactly what they taste like. Well, here we go. Now I'm just serving this with a little bit of butter and some cheese, some cheddar cheese. Now, you can substitute the butter. You can use olive oil, sunflower oil, any kind of vegetable oil. If you want to make them healthier, like I said, olive oil. Now I'm going to try this one that was done in the air fryer first. So here we go, guys. Let's try it and see. Now that's an oat cake. Give it a try, guys. They are so simple, quick and easy to make. I'm going to sit down and enjoy this. This is absolutely lovely. It's not the best cheddar, however, oat cakes are probably one of the best savoury biscuits you will ever taste. With cheese, now you could put a little bit of honey on this. I don't have any chutneys or anything at the minute. I'm going to try and make some caramelised red onion chutney to go with these at some point. However, this really brings out the flavour of the cheddar. It's gorgeous. Give it a go, guys. Give me a wee thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss any other of my videos. I will catch you in the next one, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye for now.